I'm back again. It's Krista here from Second Chance Creation. My last video for the day. Now, in my previous video you would have seen all the gardening magazines that were gifted to me. And, well, one of them was quite old, and I decided to cut the pages up in strips. Now you'll be wondering why, and I'll show you after. So I've cut all these in strips, and they're actually going to be the edging of some of my gardening journals that I want to make. And they are so pretty and so colourful. The paper itself, the pages itself, is quite firm, which is great. But the book itself wasn't really much of interest to me, except for the full colour pages. Now, and yes, they make really good little edge strips. And what I do is some are left wide, because once you pop that on a page, you'll have the edging on one side, and the frame, and then a wider edging on the other side, and you can create a little tuck spot with that side. So yes, I've got quite a variety, and these ones are really cool, and so is this one. This one is from seeds, and look, once you've fold that in half, and it'll make a nice little edge. Yeah, it just puts a bit of interest onto the page. Ferns, you know, a lot of native trees. I'm sorry, I'm out of focus again. More ferns. So yeah, so I've been doing that. I'll just get rid of this. And I'll show you what I've done. Here I've made a 2-layer tuck spot, and this idea came from Wendy Mason, so thank you, Wendy. And so I've edged, even though I didn't have to, but I edged that for the pink, in a pink theme. And the paper itself was really cool. So yeah, so you know, it's big enough to pop in an envelope here and on here, and I'll probably sew it on and then use this part as the top part as a tuck spot as well. So that's one, and I've just stressed it with my shoe polish, and I actually got hold of some daubers. Very good, and a new jar of shoe polish. So that's what I've done that with. So that's one. And of course here, during that time, I went to Spotlight. I had some Christmas money that was given to me, and I bought myself a hole punch. I've been after one of these for a long time, and it was on special. This one is 1.5 inches wide, and I mainly wanted to use it to make those little cutouts in envelopes, so that it's easy to get in now. So I finally found one. I was after a 1-inch one, but the 1.5 inch is just perfect, because I'm also using the cutouts, and I'll show you that. And then I've got this tiny little heart punch, $3 bargain. Definitely can use that as well, and you see what I've done. So here you see I've already punched out some of the 1.5 inch discs, and I'll show you what I've done with those, and also some hearts. And I'll show you what I do with this. I don't throw these away either. So we've done that. So here is what I've done. I've cut out a gardening page and made a little envelope, and I've made it so that you can actually pull that apart. It's got that little fold gusset in there, and I've just popped in some paper, and I've actually glued this onto here, because why throw it away? How cool is that? So, you know, you can use it in there if you wish. And here are my little circles, and I've used I think 3 or 4 pages, and glued them together, and popped a paper clip on that as well. And so I use that as a little tucks, you know, to pop on here. There's my little heart cutout I've just popped in there, and there's my circle punch. So I'm really stoked I've got one of these now. And I've used the Reader's Digest, the first page, because it didn't have much on it, and you can actually write on it. and I fold it in there like that, and then you can just use the paper clip. And then I've put 3 of these together. There's 3 pages to make it nice and sturdy, and make a tuck spot in front of that. Here I've made a larger envelope for the left side of the page, and here you can see I've used these strips that I cut out, and that's the other side. And I'm not sure whether I'll like attach it with a altered paper clip, or whether I'll actually sew it to a page. I'm not sure yet. So again, I made a tuck spot, and look at the little heart on here. And this is from the book that I said, the gardening book, where I cut out and used those little images, and I thought they were so cute. Because that page is so bare, I thought, well, you can journal on this. And I've just tucked that onto there like that, and I've, you know, stressed all the edges, made it look dirty. You know, you can't go and come out of the garden with clean hands. And this is another page out of the Reader's Digest gardening book, where I used a map. And then I had a bit of leftover from the trim that I cut, and I used it as a little tab just there. Now, my brother-in-law was reading the paper, and when he opened it up, I saw this image of a girl. It was an NRMA advertisement. And I said, oh, can I have that page when you finish? And he gave me a funny look. He knew what I was after. So I cut her out and just popped her in there. She's in her thongs and water, and I thought, oh, I'll just put her on here, bit of a collage. And then I just cut out these little flowers out of the book as well, and just popped them on there. Just a bit of interest, just something different. It'll make a great tuck spot for a gardening journal. Here I've used I've actually attached this paper clip because this was a little bit weak, this spot, so I've attached it and made this actually a tuck spot. And look at this. I think this is those things that you blow and in the wind, and all the seed pods go flying. Again, I trimmed it with one of these fern trims out of one of these ones that I've made, that I've cut out the strips like this one. Okay. And I popped in a little heart. I cut him out. I thought he was so cute. Again, I've made these so that they're not flat. You can actually take them apart. And the piece that I cut out here, I've actually popped onto here just to make it look as though it's all in one. This one was the last minute. I've just been playing around with this. It's not finished. Again, I've made another little sort of envelope. I'll probably stitch that on 3 sides, and then use that as a tuck spot, as well as tuck spot on the side. And this came out of it as well. This was in one of those books that I received, the free books from my sister-in-law, and this is dated 1988. I thought, oh, well, that's a bit of reference reading. Not that I use these dangerous sprays in my garden. So, yes. And then you might remember I showed you this diary in my last video. Well, it had these pages on it, and I just couldn't help myself. So I took them because they're blank, and they would make a beautiful addition to a journal page. Now, and then I'll just show you. So here's another page. So I've got 2 pages out of it. I think they look pretty cool. And these are the little cutouts from the punches that I have used, the little hearts. They're the little, I do believe, the little native seaside daisies, I think you call them. They're so cute. So, yeah, so I've made some little embellishments, and I'm going to use them for tuck spots. And here is that one that I was talking about I'll use for decoration on the page. So, yeah, so I hope you like this. So I've been, still have not been too idle with my hands while I was away. So just a bit of playing around. Their dining table was in a total mess. But then, last but not least, when I went to Spotlight to purchase this, look what I found. Of course, it has to be a horse, of course. And their chipboard, I think. Great for cards because they're thin enough. Make it like a mixed media dimensional thing. And for a front cover of a horse journal. So that's it. And thanks for watching. And I'm going to leave Wendy Mason's channel in the link below for the, I do believe I might have shared this before, this page. I made some before and they went this way, but this one I've made going that way. So thank you, Wendy. So I hope you enjoyed my little bit of crafting. And until next time, you know what you got to do. Happy crafting. Bye for now. Thanks for watching and thanks for your ongoing support.